give us a snapshot of what's happening in this space. There's just so much conversation about strategy. I haven't seen any actions yet, but like there's just a lot of talk. How is that looking?
I must admit, I'm coming in at it with a interest area. So my interest is autistic social entrepreneurship. So I'm kind of like I'm beaming in and writing submissions into strategies, trying to get support for autistic social entrepreneurship. So from across Australia, we've got the national strategy, and we've just had the consultation on the draft for the national. Same in South Australia, and the national strategy actually mentions social enterprise, so it's got this whole thing in part of the economic inclusion on autistic self-employment, entrepreneurship, small business ownership and social enterprise. In South Australia, we never had that mentioned in the strategy, but there's a lot of support for it from the Office for Autism. So the Department of Social Services is kind of like doing the strategy. We've got an Office for Autism as well, so I'm feeling pretty confident that's going to be there. In Victoria, they were like the early kids on the block. They had like an autism plan. I think that was 2019 to 2023 maybe, and in there it mentioned entrepreneurship. Didn't mention social enterprise, but mentioned entrepreneurship. They did a refresh last year, and I'm kind of like disappointed in the Victorian strategy, the Victorian refresh, because their plan had a focus on economic self-determination for autistic people, and then the refresh has got a focus on social enterprise, which I'm really excited about, and work integrated social enterprises as well, so that's really great. But it talks about the social enterprises providing employment opportunities for autistic people, so that idea of autistic-owned and led seems to have dropped off of that one.
Yeah, I have a very strong opinion on that, but I'll reserve it for a little later on. Any other state that's looking into this?
UK, around a month ago, they did a autism employment review, sort of like an inquiry. That was quite a huge thing in the UK, and that's got entrepreneurship and also mentions providing autistic people with information on starting up social enterprises. So there's, I work quite closely with colleagues in the UK as well, and we're quite supportive of each other.